Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be going over how much I saved in 2020. This was my first full year of zero-based budgeting, and yes, I had some mistakes. Yes, I learned a few things, but I am super proud of how I ended up doing this year. I don't have the cash in front of me because, like I mentioned last video, I deposited it all, and without even thinking about doing a count all in front of everybody, I had already deposited it. But that's okay. So I'm going to show you here what I have in my account. So we had our Southwest Visa, which this is due in April. So this will be zero in April, and I'll start having to do that sinking fund again starting in April. Just in case I get sick with COVID, my car maintenance, my medical, Vegas, vacation, luxury brand, my small savings, my apartment, my clothing, and my buffer, and then my size, and my brother's graduation present. These both had more prior to me depositing them, and so did this one. It's just that I needed to renew my car tags, and I forgot about that, so I thought I was gonna have more in this when I actually didn't. And then I had gone to the doctor to do all of my blood work as just my annuals and get my migraine medication, so I had a visit, or I guess a copay to pay for that. And then my clothing, my friend was selling something, his new brand or whatever, and I said I'd buy something, and so that pretty much wiped out also my clothing. But nonetheless, so this all in blue is how much I saved through the year in my envelopes, which is a total of $3,071. $3,071. I am super excited. I'm so proud of myself. That's awesome. And down here is the rollover in the normal funds. As y'all know, I put them into I empty my wallet and put those into other envelopes, and I call it just my rollover or small sinking funds. And this is just kind of my weekly spending envelopes right here. And this is what I rolled over in those categories, bringing it to a total of $404. That's awesome. I had asked what I should do with it, and this is kind of what I decided. I wanted to save some of it for me, because I did do it. I was originally planning on using this all on me, and then I realized it just wasn't as smart as I envisioned in my head. And maybe if I didn't have credit card debt, I would have. But since I have a little bit of credit card debt from my tuition, then I was like, okay, I'll just break it down differently. So let me show you what I decided to do. I decided to give myself $90 and put it in luxury brand. So that makes this luxury brand total $530. And then I decided to allocate $114 to my Visa credit card. And then I am going on a ski trip, which I was going to pull out a vacation, but I went ahead and decided just to pay $200 in cash for it. So that's kind of how I allocated it. And then my total saving, including my sinking funds plus my rollover in each category, I saved a total of $3,475. How awesome is that? That's almost $3,500. I'm $25 shallow from being $3,500 in my savings. That is awesome. That is amazing, and I am super excited. I'm super pumped to see what 2021 brings us and see how much I can save. And I know that being in quarantine and not being able to go out really, really helped my grocery budget and my entertainment. Normally I don't have any of these right here left, so I know that really helped, especially my personal. So all I'm doing is, that's my goal to be. So this is our goal to be. 3,500 will be the goal to be for 2021. And then here is my Visa debt. So my vending machine, it's doing okay. It breaks even, but now I have to go get the change out of it and do all that and then pay it back to my thing. I just haven't gone to the vending machine in a while, again, because there's restrictions. So it's really hard for me to get in and out. I have to go on certain days, and they have to be closed, and that's really hard because they're a 24-hour plant, and it's just a big mess. But surely that money is in the vending machine, so I'm not really worried about that, and that's kind of what I owe for my tuition. And the only reason I didn't decide to use all of this towards my tuition, which would have brought that down significantly, was just because I was excited to save, and I wanted to give myself something without purchasing something. So I just told myself, I'll put in a sinking fund that's a bigger fund, and I did allocate some of it towards it, so I thought that was okay. And I'd rather cash flow my ski trip because it'll keep me on budget rather than using my credit card and then paying with my sinking fund and then having to start over, and it just kind of worked this way better. So and I don't pay interest on my credit card just because I always pay that amount off before it's due. So it just kind of rolls and rolls until I like finally pay it, if that makes sense. Because I have enough stuff that goes through my credit card to not ever get me interest. Okay, so here are my 2021 sinking funds. The green the green are my priorities. If I don't have enough money that month, or if I didn't work enough to allocate all of my sinking funds on a monthly basis, those are my priorities. My car maintenance, my medical, and my visa. Again, I don't have to start this one until after April because that's when it's due, and I already have the amount right now. So I won't start this one until after. So we'll be looking at the first 11 until April. So car maintenance and medical are definitely my two priorities. I want a sinking fund of $500. I know that my car's tires are about $500. So if need be, I figured that is like kind of like one of the most expensive like exterior things that you could purchase. And if I needed to purchase all four on a fly, then $500 would definitely cover that. Medical, I would feel just comfortable. Again, this year we didn't even meet our deductible. So I had to pay a copay, and I was like, wow, that kind of sucks. So I kind of just want to have $500 again, just to cash fund that. And then of course my visa, the payment is $149. So there's that. And then the yellow are kind of secondary, which would come next. So my apartment, I want a new mattress, and so I have set a goal of $1,125, and I currently only need $705 because so here's the goal amount, and I subtracted what I already had from these right here. So I subtracted the amount that is currently in the account from the goal amount to give me what I need. Some of these are yearly, some of these are in 6 months, some of these are way down the line in like maybe a year or two. So I haven't broken them down by, I think the only one that I didn't break down by the year was 6 months and clothing. So again, apartment, I really want a new mattress. And so I think that's what I'm going to save for. My 6 months of bills, my goal here is $6,000. And I think that would be enough to fly. If I were to, if anything would happen to me, I could pay for 6 months worth of bills. And this is what I need, and this is what I'm willing to put in. And this one is a long-term goal. This is definitely not in the year or two. This is probably about 3 years, depending on how seriously I take this. Then of course, vacation, Vegas, and luxury brand. Those are just personal. We're going to Vegas in April, and my goal here is $500. And vacation is just in case I go like on a girls trip or like weekend vacations. In 2021, I'm really going to try and take more weekends off and just kind of go and do something, even if it's small, even if it's for a 3-day weekend. I think that's important for mental clarity. So yeah. And of course, my luxury brand, I really want a Louis, and I told myself not until this sinking fund is 100% full. Okay, so then here's Christmas. I did include Christmas as secondary instead of personal, only because Christmas is such a big thing in our family that we always get together and we always get gifts. We draw names. And then, like, of course, my immediate family, we buy each other a gift, and there's 5 of us, so that's automatically 4 gifts. Well, including the dog, including Echo, that would be, 5. Plus, the person I draw for my family and my grandparents and stuff like that. So I really want to be able to participate in those things, and to me, it's just a secondary. I'm going to prioritize Christmas. Clothing and gifts, they're not a priority. Yeah. Prime is secondary. The only reason I put this as secondary instead of as a personal is because if I was able to do Prime on a yearly basis, I think I would save like $30 to $60 instead of paying it on a monthly basis. So that's what I'm trying to do, is save more money in my other account for subscriptions. And if I can get Prime, I'll be able to do that. So here's all of my goals. Again, here's what I need, and here's what my monthly goals are to allocate them in. Again, some of them are divided by 12 in the 12-month span. Some of them are 6, and some of them are a couple years. So there's that. So ideally, I would like to have 561 allocated per month in my sinking fund. And I work, again, part-time. So that's it. Some months it's doable, some months it's not. And that'll be just something that we see and figure out. I didn't stuff any of my sinking funds in December. I used all the money that I had to buy anything additional that I needed, or just, anything like that. Okay, and so here are my 2 saving challenges. I'm only doing 2. Again, I work part-time. I can't do the 1s and 5s. That's a lot. That's taking a lot out of my budget that I just couldn't do. So I'm going to save all of my loose change. So I go and get drinks a lot. So if my drink is $1.08, I have to pay $2, and that would be 98 cents that I would be saving. I'm not going to pay 8 cents out of the change that I already have in my wallet. No. So that'll really reduce my spending when I think about, oh wow, well, it's only $1.06. Do I really want this? Probably not, because I really don't want to waste a whole dollar going to savings. And that is a smaller way than doing like 1s and 5s for me. Again, if your budget's there, do it. That's great. I wish I could, but I'm not there yet. My second challenge is the 52-week envelope challenge. Now, because I said that my budget was not at the 1s and 5s challenge, I don't know if my budget's at the 52-week envelope challenge. But here's what I'm counting on. I am counting on occasionally getting money from my grandparents when I go and visit, occasionally getting money from my parents, occasionally picking up a double shift, my stockpile. So anything that's like side hustle related, I think that's what I'm really, really trying to focus and put into these instead of enjoying them. So we'll see how this goes. I really want to try it. We'll see how it goes. I mean, again, if I get there, I get there. If I don't, I don't. It just depends. I don't know. So that is where we're at with that. So those are my saving challenges. I'm super excited. I am going to try to do monthly, savings challenges. I don't know what those would be yet. Again, they couldn't even physically include saving $1 or 10 here. When I see it, it'd have to be my lifestyle. So like shopping my pantry, going meatless for a month, no eating out, stuff like that. I did have a personal goal though, that I would only eat out once a month out of my own pocket. That is a big goal, because sometimes I do get lazy and I just want to go out to eat. Although I did cook a lot in 2020, and that's really what saved my budget. And I am really going to stick to that. I'm saying I'm paying once. If I have to pay for something, I'm only going to eat out once a month. So that means that would be 12. And I'm going to keep track of where and how much that happened, or if one month I just double dipped and I just couldn't do it. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So you got to see where I'm ending, where I'm going to begin my 2021. I'm super excited. I hope y'all keep following along, and I hope y'all enjoyed. Thank you again for watching my year. Y'all were a huge part of me being able to do this. Doing these videos kept me focused. They kept me on track, and to have everyone else's support was super awesome. So thank you guys. I will see y'all in my next video.